you're thinking about moving to Atlanta, don't do anything until you hear these 5 mistakes that I see people make when moving to Atlanta every single week. I'm Misha, your local Atlanta realtor, and I help buyers and sellers, especially those who are relocating, move with clarity, purpose, and confidence. And if you're looking to move to Atlanta metro area, I want to be your realtor. And make sure you like and subscribe to this channel for more information on how to make your move to Atlanta easier, and also to learn about the neighborhoods and communities before you commit. So one of the first mistakes that I feel like people make when they move to Atlanta is not considering traffic and commute, especially when they're moving to Atlanta, having family or friends that live here already. When you move to Atlanta, even though you may live 30 minutes from somebody or you may live 40 minutes from somebody, that 40 minutes becomes an isolation barrier to visit and actually see the people that you move to Atlanta thinking that you have support or is going to be your community. And I'll give you an example. I moved to Atlanta about 16 years ago, and I had a friend that I bumped into from New York, happened to bump into her the first summer that I was here. And when I bumped into her, we bumped into each other in Centennial Park, 4th of July. We spoke, we exchanged, we got updated numbers, and we decided that we were gonna keep in touch because we both had moved to Atlanta and we both didn't really know anybody. She lived in Douglasville and I lived in Henry County. That is the last time I saw that person. I saw her that one time and we have never got together again since that. Douglasville is about 40 to 50 minutes from Henry County. And because when you move to Atlanta, you start getting caught up in things like children, basketball games, sports activities, that distance starts to feel like 5 hours. So because of that, you have to consider the fact that when you move to Atlanta, if you have community already here or a support system, it's very important to not underestimate the time and the commute it takes to get to people. And make sure that you're moving within that community that allows you the support and the help that you may need. The second mistake that I see people make is trusting Zillow for insights. Zillow can tell you a lot of things, but it cannot tell you information about that neighborhood or that community that you're moving in. It can tell you what the house looks like, how much it is, how much square footage, how beautiful the foyer and the living room and the kitchen is, the upgraded bathrooms and the new flooring. But it's not going to show you that home may be next to a railroad track, or that home may have electrical wires running through it. You want to make sure that you have somebody who is on the ground looking for you and telling you those details before you purchase a home or before you decide what area you want to move into. The third mistake people make is trying to time the market. Atlanta is a hot market. People are constantly still moving to Atlanta every day. There's hundreds of thousands of people who move into Atlanta every year. And trying to time the market is almost impossible. You want to make a move based on what your resources is and what you can do. So your affordability at the time, you want to make sure that you're moving because you decided to. It's the best time for you. It's what you are aligned to do at the time. Trying to time the market and thinking that the house prices in Atlanta are going to go down is completely not a good plan. Housing prices are actually not going to do that anytime soon. There's still a housing shortage. We still have low inventory compared to what we need in order to make us even with the market at hand. There's still people who are looking for homes and have been looking for homes for months at a time, even years, looking for the perfect situation. So trying to time the market is completely not a fail-safe plan. The fourth mistake that I see that people make when they're moving to Atlanta is skipping virtual tours. Virtual tours are so important. If the house you're looking for does not have a virtual tour online, make sure that you have an agent that can go to that home, fill each and every corner of that house. I mean, they need to walk through that home and slowly and describe everything in that home from top to bottom. Every detail matters. And skipping this and just relying on pictures, definitely a huge mistake. There are things that pictures can't pick up There's also things that pictures block out. We all know editing pictures has gotten top tier. So you don't know what, if you're seeing in that picture, is actually what is happening. It can be holes in the walls. Even the paint color can be totally different from what you think it is in the picture. So make sure you insist on virtual tours, and make sure that you have an agent who is committed to making sure that what they see is what you understand the house to be. Mistake number 5 to me is a big one, and I'm a real big advocate of understanding the neighborhood that you'll move in. Now, I moved from New York City, and I speak to a lot of people who move from all over places inside the United States. And one thing that I think that is unique to Georgia is that every neighborhood has a flavor. Every neighborhood is different, and you have to find the right neighborhood that suits you best. If you fail to do that, you'll end up in a neighborhood that is completely different from who you are as a person. And that beautiful home that you bought will feel like a prison. So make sure that you're researching the neighborhood, you understand the vibes. If you're relocating from another area in the country to Atlanta, make sure that your agent describes, or you describe to your agent specifically what you're looking for, down to the stores you shop in, the supermarkets that you shop in, the food you eat, and the places you like to frequent. So if you're someone who likes to go out a lot and be at all the trendy restaurants, places like Peachtree City or maybe even Cummings, Georgia may not be the place for you, because those are so far from what's happening in the metro Atlanta area. So make sure that you understand the vibe of the city and the community that you're moving in before you commit. Those are the 5 things that I see people make mistakes every day when they move into Atlanta, and I want you to avoid those mistakes. And if you have any questions about any of the things that I've described in this video, or if you have questions just about moving to Georgia and Atlanta in general, please go ahead and drop it down in the comments. I am so happy to answer it. I'm going to answer every last comment and question that you have. Until then, thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification button for your next video.